Assalamu alaikum. It is just gone 9:32 a.m. South African time. Marv, we cross over now to Jerusalem and we're going to be talking with tour operator Ayoob Dadabhay. And he is there on the ground. He certainly will be able to tell us what's the mood like in Jerusalem regarding Al Aqsa Week. And of course, he's going to be telling us so much more. Assalamu alaikum to you, brother Ayoob Dadabhay. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, with your du'as. Do make a special dua for me and everyone here at Salam Media at Al Aqsa.
Inshallah.
May Allah
Well,
accept all of our du'as as well.
Ameen,
And
Ameen. We'll
and of
definitely do
course,
that, inshallah.
by name. And we have the people of Gaza and the entire Palestine, including the people that lives in and around Al Aqsa compound in our hearts as well. Ayub, when and how did your journey start as a tour operator um, for, the tour operator at Al Aqsa?
My journey started about 12 years ago. Alhamdulillah, I came to Aqsa for the first time in 2014 or 2013. When I came to South Africa, at the time I was living in Cape Town. I was still living in Cape Town. And there were a lot of people from Joburg and Durban that had come to Aqsa that year. And there was no one from Cape Town. There were just two of us. So when I went back to Cape Town, I made a concerted effort to find out why the Cape Townians have so much of fikr for Aqsa, but it wasn't relating to them traveling. So I started going onto VOC and doing small talks and stuff, inviting people to come to Aqsa, and people then just started saying, you know what, Ayub, if you're going, we'll go with you. And Alhamdulillah, that's how it started. It started off small, and Alhamdulillah, it's grown since. So that was the start of my journey of bringing people to Masjid al-Aqsa.
I must tell you that earlier on, my first interview this morning was with Maulana Ibrahim Musa talking about Al Aqsa Week,
Yes,
hashtag love Al Aqsa.
al-Aqsa.
Uh, I presume you know him very well,
Alhamdulillah, very, very well.
and you feel for his activism, not only him, many others like him with the Palestinian Information Network.
Yes, in fact, Maulana Musa was supposed to join us 2 years ago. I had a room and a bed ready for him, and at the airport, he got turned back. But that's because of his activism. So, Alhamdulillah, no, I know Maulana Musa very well. We're good friends, we chat regularly. So, he does a lot of good work from his end as well on behalf of the Palestinian people and for the South Africans. Every year before we travel in Ramadan as well, he always has programs. So, and he puts out a lot of information there, important information about traveling and what's happening in Masjid al-Aqsa.
Your connections with people like Maulana Ibrahim Musa, being a tour operator, do you not sometimes wonder if you and your tour group won't be turned back? We'll come to the beauty of Al Aqsa and what it is that people need to, see when they're there, to treasure and how to interact with the locals there. But regarding being a South African and the current situation with South Africa having taken Israel to the ICJ, does it create any challenges for you and your tours?
I think there's a lot of misinformation out in South Africa regarding us traveling here. I mean, I arrived last week Thursday in Jordan. I came via Jordan on this trip. I usually fly directly to Tel Aviv. The reason I flew via Jordan because I had some work to do in Jordan. Alhamdulillah, I got to the border. I was allowed through. There were some other South Africans with me as well. We were all allowed through. There was no holding us back. Uh, the the safar was very easy, was relatively easy. I mean, even getting to Jerusalem wasn't a problem. When we got to Jerusalem, going into Masjid al-Aqsa as well, a lot of people have spread misinformation that they're not allowing South Africans into Masjid al-Aqsa. That's not true. I mean, we go for every Salah.
Okay, we've. Oh, there you go. I thought we'd
Yes,
lost
so
connectivity.
all that is not true. It's relatively easy for us South Africans to travel to Jerusalem. In fact,
All right, there seems to be network problems.
sorry,
Um,
I'm
Are you there, Ayoob? Are you trying to
Yes,
reconnect?
yes, I'm trying to reconnect. Just give me a.
Oh, I think someone's been trying to phone you. So when you are on a Zoom link, and if somebody tries to phone you, it's going to interrupt the link to us here on the interview. Let's go for a quick ad break whilst Ayub tries to reconnect with us. Oh, there he is. All right, Ayub, there you are.
Jay, so sorry about that. I think it's just a network problem on this end. The weather is a bit bad. It's cold. We having rain. So every now and then the Wi-Fi network goes. So Alhamdulillah, it's been very easy to get in. I think there's a lot of misinformation out in South Africa. I know the day South Africa took Israel to the ICJ. I think on that specific day, maybe they didn't allow one to South Africans for one of the salahs into Masjid Al-Aqsa from one of the gates. But Alhamdulillah, we're going for every salah. There's no problems. It's relatively easy. I mean, it's easier for us, as South Africans, to come to Masjid Al-Aqsa than people living 500 meters away from Masjid Al-Aqsa. A very good friend of mine who lives in Jerusalem, from the 7th of October up until yesterday, he was only allowed into Masjid Al-Aqsa twice. So in the last 4 months, he's only seen the inside of Masjid Al-Aqsa twice. And he lives literally 150, 200 meters away from Masjid Al-Aqsa. So at the moment, they're not allowing Palestinians under the age of 60 into Masjid Al-Aqsa, but anybody over 60 is allowed.
So tell me regarding your movements, do you need to, you and your group, are you allowed to go freely and easily through security checkpoints? Have you been subjected to standing in long queues before you get access to wherever you want to go to? And in terms of the restriction of a South African tour group, where are you allowed to go and where are you not allowed to go? And in terms of interacting with the locals there, is it allowed or are you being monitored all the time?
No, not monitored at all. I mean, we can freely go wherever we want. There's no restrictions on us. Uh, I could go to the West Bank if I wanted to. Yes, there is. It would be a process for me to get because there is security checkpoints. But as long as you carry your passport and you have your visa on you, we're relatively free to walk wherever we want, go wherever we want. So there's no restrictions with us uh, in Jerusalem or going to the West Bank. There's no restrictions with us. Mingling among the people of the old city. No, there's no such restrictions. In fact, it's easier for us to, I think at the moment, it's easier for South Africans to get in than it normally is.
Okay, I have someone that I know very personally whom I work with. They were on a tour in December, the Three Haram tour. But when they landed, she was interrogated for a couple of hours. And she's not an activist by any means, but be that as it may. She was interrogated for a long time, she and two other people, and then eventually sent back to Jordan. Why do you suppose they do that? Would it be perhaps that she's linked to certain types of organizations?
Very possible. It could be that. It could be that she's very vocal on social media. She posts things on social media, stuff like that. So, it's very difficult for me to say why they've got turned back. The part where they keep people for a few hours and interrogate them, that's a norm. When you travel to Palestine, you've got to take that into cognizance that might happen to you. They might keep you a few hours at the airport or at the border, question you. Majority of the time, people are allowed through. There are certain people that get turned back for whatever reasons. Uh, the Israeli government is not entitled to tell you why they're sending you back, but there's a lot of reasons. It could be that they're very active on social media. It could be that they posted stuff that was flagged. There's a lot of reasons for that. Unfortunately, it all depends on the person that's doing the interview on the day, and they feel that you're a threat to them. They're not going to allow you in.
Okay, talk to us about what's happening regarding Al Aqsa Week in Jerusalem. Are the local people, allowed to observe the week, and what sort of activities have they planned for the week?
No. So at the moment in the old city and in Jerusalem, things are very, very, very quiet. There's nothing. I mean, there's a lot of security around. Um, Things are very quiet, so nothing's happening in that regard. It's basically they've also got to be very careful of what they do, what they put out there, and stuff like that. So it's very, very quiet in that sense. Like I said, there's no, under people under the age of 60 are not allowed into Masjid al-Aqsa. So you can imagine what it looks like when you go for Salah.
Okay, and then let's also talk about. I'm sure you have met her, Sister Abir Zayad, who's an
Yes, in fact,
archaeologist.
I spent the day most of the day over there yesterday. G.
How is she and her family doing?
Alhamdulillah, they're all okay. They carrying on. They're doing what they have to do. Like I said, things are tight for them as well. Obviously, just Sister Abir, her offices are in the compounds of Masjid Al-Aqsa. So for her, it's a bit more easier. In fact, I had supper with her sister and them last night. So Alhamdulillah, no, they carrying on. They're doing what they have to do, and they march on.
Absolutely. Give Sister Abir lots of salams from me personally
Wa
and
alaikum
from
salam.
everyone here at Salam
Assalam. Wa
Media.
alaikum salam. We'll
What
definitely do that.
I presume they are very aware of all the activism work that's being done on behalf of the Palestinian people, not only in South Africa, but globally. How do they respond to all of this
It's so
activism going on?
it's so amazing. I feel like royalty now that I'm here because I'm South African. Because as soon as I mean, even when I got onto the shurut coming from the border to here, so that's the taxi service, and the gentleman sitting next to me asked me where I'm from, and I said South Africa, and he hugged me and he gave me a kiss on both my cheeks, and he's saying we love you, we love you. I mean, it's the first time I'm meeting him.
Yeah.
It's like because you're South African and you're here, they're treating you like royalty because to them, it's what the South African government did is a very, very big thing. So,
Mhm.
the mere fact that you're South African and you're here, it's amazing for them. The only thing they do carry on telling us is please tell the South Africans to carry on coming, because unfortunately they cannot fill Masjid al-Aqsa. So we as South Africans, the brothers from the UK, we can fill Masjid al-Aqsa. So that's, at the moment, that's their biggest demand from us is tell your brothers and sisters to carry on coming and filling Masjid al-Aqsa on our behalf.
And obviously, they need the money as well, the money that we as tourists would spend at Masjid al Aqsa. I imagine would assist them as well.
Yes, most
Regard.
definitely. But the one thing about the Palestinian people is they always tell you, we're not worried about your money. They tell you, we're not worried about your money. We're not worried about. We want you to just visit us. Just fill Masjid al-Aqsa.
And you,
Obviously, our money, when we spend in the old city, when we spend in Jerusalem, yes, we are uplifting them as well. But at the end of the day, the most important thing for them is that we come and we visit Masjid al-Aqsa and we show solidarity with them, that we stand with them.
okay, in closing, very quickly, what do you want to share with us here in South Africa regarding touring Jerusalem, the do's and don'ts, possibly, and I guess how to navigate yourself whilst you're there?
So it's very simple. I mean, firstly, let's dispel all the misinformation that's out there that it's very difficult to travel to Jerusalem. It's not. Like I said, it was very easy for me to get in. I can go now into Masjid al-Aqsa. There's no problems. There's no restrictions on South Africans. Alhamdulillah, Ramadan is coming. We usually come in big numbers in Ramadan. So I'm putting it out there to all South Africans that have the love for Aqsa or have the speaker for Aqsa, that make an intention, make an effort to visit Aqsa, not only in Ramadan, but throughout the year. Let's come in our numbers. Let's show these people that we haven't forgotten them, and that we still, we will represent them when it comes to filling the Masjid al-Aqsa, inshallah.
Ameen thumma Ameen. You stay safe. Our salams to Abi Zayad and her family. And don't forget that special dua for me and
Inshallah.
everyone here at Salam
Inshallah.
Media, inshallah. You take care. Until the next
Inshallah.
time, as always, keep safe. Salaam alaikum to
Wa
you.
alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And there you heard it directly from the tour operator's lips. That, of course, is Ayoob Dadabhay saying, please do support our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Let's go out in our droves. Let's go and visit Jerusalem and Masjid al Aqsa. Let us show our solidarity and support for our brothers and sisters in Palestine by going to Jerusalem to Masjid al Aqsa. It is exactly 9:46 news and views on Salam Media. We're going to be wrapping up with our final interview. We'll be talking with the late Zuleika Mayet's son. That, of course, is attorney Aslam Mayet. We are paying a very special tribute to Zuleika Mayat on the show this morning. And before we go to the actual interview, we're going to be listening to a clip that Ashraf Garda, an interview that he carried out with Zuleika Mayat. So let's take a view and a listen to that clip before we are joined by attorney Aslam Mayat, the son of late Zuleika Mayat.